Hello, dear Taurus. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for being here. This is your preview of what's to come in 2020. I hope that you're all doing very well. I'm calling this 2020 preview because I will be extending this reading. I will be taking way more cards and I will be doing this reading just before the turn of the year. So look out for those readings. Of course, the December readings will be up soon. And just letting you all know that I am moving country. I'm moving to Greece, so I've got a lot on my plate. Big changes for me, and there are big changes for everyone. We're in the eclipse time now already. It's either Boxing Day or Christmas Day, depending on where you are in the world. We've got the first eclipse, and then we've got another eclipse in January, and Jupiter, of course, is going to be moving into Capricorn, so it's the month of January is huge. I'm going to say that the next 3 months are going to be very life-changing for all of us in some area of life. So let's look at your preview. Okay, now, as I said, the extended is going to have a lot more cards. This is just giving you a fair idea. So the extended will be, of course, an extended reading on this reading. So we'll be able to look at all the cards close up. So I'm taking one card on each month. Dear Taurus, let's look at your year 2020, what the divine has got in store for you. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay, the month of January, dear Taurus. Wow, you're here, you're present. Now, this is the Hierophant, and this is the card of Taurus. Okay, this can speak of, yes, restrictions. It is a 5. It's an imbalance. It can also speak of commitments. It can speak of hierarchy, an institution for those of you that are working in a hierarchy situation where you're climbing the ladder. This is saying hold on to your beliefs. Spirit is here for you, obviously. This could also be a spiritual leader, someone that could be advising you. This is commitment, marriage, engagement, of course, but it's also doing things by the book in the right way. Okay, this can also speak of religion as well as faith. So whatever you're going through, whatever imbalance you're going through, keep the faith that all will be well. We do have the Hierophant with 2 keys, so I don't know what those 2 keys speak for you on your, for you personally. 2 keys can speak of 2 different houses, 2 people, 2 choices, 2 situations, okay? So let's look at the month of February for you. We've got the Chariot, Major Arcana again. The Chariot is Cancer, and Cancer is where the North Node is. This is our security, our stability, our foundation, of course. The Chariot can also speak of movement. You're in the driver's seat here. Cancer is all about, needing the security. Some of you may be moving home, leaving a commitment behind. Could be any sort of a commitment, leaving a committed partnership, relationship, moving house. This could also be that you're purchasing another home that's at a distance to your first home, let's say. The Chariot also speaks of family, our where we feel comfort. And Taurus is all about comforts. Of course, Uranus is transiting the house of Taurus. So there is radical change. For those of you that are born in the first days of Taurus, then Uranus is affecting you. There's radical change. There's breaking free from a situation if you haven't felt the value, if you haven't felt comforted and loved and you don't feel good. So this could be like overcoming obstacles, of course, as well as actually moving. So what I see here is, the stars. The stars are aligning for the forward momentum that is in this card. So you're in the driver's seat. What are you going to do in the month of February? And this is straight after the eclipses. So some of you could be taking a road trip, of course. Okay, so let's look at the month of March. We've got the Magician. Interesting. Beautiful. The Magician is Gemini or Virgo. It's this planet Mercury. Mercury is all about communication. It looks as though, as I said, as the stars are aligning, you've got the gift of manifestation. You are the magician. You're manifesting. So what is happening up there in the ethers planetarily is reflecting down here on this 3D plane. You've got all the tools to make the magic. Okay, some of you could be dealing with someone who's quite the trickster, and you could be still dealing with them, having moved away, or even communicating about that and uncovering, because Mercury is all about the communication. Yes, Mercury can also speak of business, okay, collaboration with others. It rules Gemini, the house of collaboration. But also Virgo is the house of health as well as our daily routine. So you could be manifesting in any of either or both of those areas in the month of March. So let's see what we've got in the month of April. Wow. Wow, dear Taurus, you've got the card of Pluto. This is powering up. This is, being given that second chance, resurrecting a situation. This is something coming back to life. Something that you thought would not happen. You're being given that chance. This is an awakening call. A call from spirit saying you're being given another go at something. 4 major arcana off the bat. Let's look at the month of May, which is the month of your birthday. So, wow, Ace of Cups. This is a new beginning, something that you are starting that is emotionally filling your cup. This is a gift from the divine being handed to you. The Ace of Cups could also be, of course, something that's making you feel like you're starting all over again, starting a situation all over again. And the Ace of Cups is having you in a very emotional feeling in the month of your birthday. Of course, some of you are born in April, but May, mainly when it's the time of Taurus, it's your solar return, and that's beautiful. New beginnings for you. New beginnings, pure new beginnings. So pure love, pure happiness, okay, and resurrection of something that you thought was lifeless, okay? So let's see what's happening in the month of June for you. 10 of Cups, so you go straight from the Ace to the 10. This is the happy family. This is the card of bliss. Happiness on all levels. This is an amazing reading so far, dear Taurus. Happy family, the beautiful home with a picket fence. The children are happy. Your extended family is happy. There is a lot of happiness here. So this is sudden. You go from the Ace to the 10. But again, don't forget 10s break down to the Ace. So there is complete happiness, but then all of a sudden there is another restart here. Let's look at the month of July for you. And there is a bit of a hold up here. And this is Pisces. Pisces is unconditional love. Pisces is also about sacrifice, holding on, waiting to see something through new eyes with a different perspective, taking some time out to be enlightened. Don't forget that the Hanging Man is wearing that halo. And again, Pisces can be also not seeing clearly, so you are waiting for the messages from the divine here. And again, Pisces is all about sacrifice. So it looks as though the month of July, you're being asked to sacrifice something. Now, I know that Taurus is very patient. This is a card of patience, holding on and waiting to see. Okay, this is number 12. What comes after that It's number 13, which is the death card, the transformation. Okay, so let's see what comes in the month of August for you. And we've got the Lovers, another major arcana, and this is a head over heart decision. Again, this is Archangel Michael. The angel is here blessing this divine union. Okay, and maybe that's why you're waiting for the enlightenment, because you've gotten to a point of getting so happy. Now, this doesn't have to necessarily be in love. This could be happiness or being given a second chance to transform something. What does Pluto do? Pluto gives us the power. It's very life-changing. So this happiness could be in any sector of life, and then all of a sudden there is a period of stoppage, because there is something very important to do with love here. This is the soulmate connection. This is, again, you're putting, you're juggling, trying to make a decision. What do I go with? Do I go with what my heart tells me or what my head tells me? Okay, because you are obviously in a connection here. Now, Gemini, again, is the house of collaboration. It's the house of siblings, neighbors, business, communication. Okay, so you could be dealing, as I've said, we've mentioned the signs. So Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, and Gemini come up here. We've got Scorpio, which is Pluto. Now, Scorpio obviously is your seventh house of relationship and other people. Relationship with others, whether this is love or business, doesn't matter. And here we've got Pisces. Pisces could be also, as I said, the ending of a cycle. So you've gotten to a point of happiness and bliss, but here there is a major decision here that's being made in relation to a partnership. Mainly it's love, but it could be just a very strong connection. Could even be a partnership in collaboration in business as well. So let's see. We've got July, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Let's look at the month of September for you. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is a number 10. So this is Sagittarian energy. This is Jupiter. And what goes around comes around, dear Taurus. Have you done the work? That's what Saturn asks us all. Have you, what comes before the wheel? It's the Hermit. And the Hermit is having gone within, becoming the wiser one, looking at the into the light, into the lantern. You've stepped back, and you've been waiting for a change. You've been waiting for luck and expansion and growth. But Jupiter is also Sagittarius, I should say. Sagittarius is also higher education, philosophy, truth. It's the law. It's also foreign places and people at a distance, people from different cultures, different backgrounds. So the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. It's a completion. This is like a restart. Again, luck is on your side. Let's look at the month of October. And we've got the Queen of Cups. So this is a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Now, the Queen of Cups is someone who's very emotional. She's looking into that cup, very intuitive. She's the Queen of Hearts. She's very open-hearted, very intuitive. She's someone who gives more than what she receives. So for those of you that have got strong water in your chart, of course, within relationship, let's say you may be someone who's very open-hearted and very giving. But, after the Wheel of Fortune, what it's telling me, because it is the Jupiter is the planet of luck, expansion, and growth. So therefore, I would say that you're going to be very emotional where, and she's holding that Ace of Cups, as I said, very emotional where that Ace of Cups is, again, another chance for a new beginning, I would say. But you've got to be open emotionally for that. And some of you may be over emotional because you've been waiting for this change in your life after, the month of July. Let's look at the month of November. And you've got the Nine of Pentacles, which is the card of Virgo. This is saying that financially you're standing very strong. If we're thinking of the house of Virgo, it's the house of health. It's the house of daily routine. Virgo is also work. So what you do every day, looking at the details, crossing your T's, dotting your I's. This is saying you're one step before the Ten of Pentacles, which says you're standing strong financially. You're in the Garden of Eden, as I like to say with this card. So you're very independent here. And again, one step before the Ten of Pentacles. And there's a lot of abundance in this card, financial abundance, obviously. So what you're doing in your daily routine is obviously paying off. Now, I'm going to say that Virgo can be quite nitpicky, so quite discriminative as well, but it's also very pure energy. So I feel that for those of you that are emotionally standing alone, you're financially very stable, you're looking at the finer details before you actually take that next step to commitment, I would say, more than likely. Now, when I say commitment, doesn't only mean love, it could mean any partnership. Okay, so because the Ten of Pentacles can also be, it's the family business, it's Ten of Pentacles is the house of the card of marriage. It's the house of be getting very stable, something very long term, building on that and being very stable at that. Also having the support of family. Let's take the month of December, and we've got the Page of Wands, which could be, it's a page, so it could be a child, but this is also the minor arcana of the Fool. Okay, this is Aries energy, so this is someone who is willing to take that leap of faith, willing to take that risk, wanting to go on that adventure, looking at life from the eyes of a page, like there's newness here, there's fresh energy, and someone who's driven by their passion, by their desires, very creative energy here as well. He's looking at that wand and he's looking at that wand and he's thinking, I'm going to take that risk, I'm going to check this out. I'm going to take that risk, that leap of faith, and I'm going to go for what I feel passionate about. Now, this could also mean travel, of course, okay, because wands are very quick energy. They're all about inspiration, creativity, and again, the page is very new energy. He's a very abundant, he's the most abundant page, so he's quite royal. And he's someone who, again, the Sagittarian energy here is that he wants to see the world, right? He wants to taste other situations, taste what the world is all about, having that vision of the world and going for it. So, dear Taurus, what I'd like to do is I'm going to take one card as the general energy. So this is a very, very strong reading. You've got so many major arcanas here. Let's see what the general energy is. And we've got the Queen of Swords. Interesting. So this is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. The Queen of Swords could be, she's all about truth. She's holding that Ace of Swords. She could be a magistrate, a solicitor. She could be a doctor, of course. But she's making a ruling. She's speaking her truth. Now, she's very, sometimes, and I'm not reading reversals, if you are dealing with this Queen of Swords, if she were to be in the reverse, she would have been someone who's not very truthful. In the upright, let's say she's someone who's very just, very fair, but she's someone who's very calculating, someone who looks at the details. Okay, now with the Queen of Cups, if this is a water sign that you're dealing with, She is looking towards the past, so she could be someone that you've been dealing with in the past. The Queen of Swords is, she's looking towards the future. She's holding that Ace of Swords, so this, if you've got air in your sign, in your chart, sorry, you are making a decision. This is a successful new beginning through speaking your truth, okay? Standing strong in your convictions, I would say here. Now, of course, doesn't have to be a female. This could be a male, of course. It's not gender specific. But I do feel more than likely it's got to do with the law. There is something that you are dealing with. Now, some of you, of course, if you are leaving a commitment, you could be going through legalities here. And, you know, with the stellium in Capricorn, you know, Capricorn is the law as well. Now, Jupiter leaving the sign of Sagittarius, Jupiter speaks of legalities as well. So for many of you, these could be, it doesn't mean it's going to be a divorce, you know, for all of you, or severing ties with a past commitment, but it can be anything to do with the law, anything to do with a ruling. Okay, so dear Taurus, I think I will leave it at that. Thank you so much for taking the time out to listen to this reading. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Please press the button, that little bell, so you're notified of the uploads that are coming up soon. I hope that it helps. As I said, if you want to watch the extended, please look out for that. It's coming very soon, where I take a lot more cards. I'm wishing you all well, and it's nearly the end of 2019. It's amazing how quick the time goes. As I said, we're on the precipice of a lot of changes. Relationships are going through many, many changes. And what you don't expect is what's going to show up. So it's going to be a very interesting year. Thank you so much, dear Taurus. Sending you lots of love and lots of blessings. Talk to you soon.